Well, the 9/11 memorial kind of could have been a giraffe. I mean, two giraffes.
Two giraffes
That would
struck.
have been pretty dope, actually.
Two giraffes being struck by hummingbirds, or what?
Let's see that.
I don't
It's
know.
gauche.
Wait, what?
It's gauche. I think we have to
I'm gauche.
move on to the
You're the
London
one.
bombing.
Well, from what I understand, a train station was bombed, or was a train car bombed?
Address the hard questions.
See?
No, I intentionally.
Nobody else is
I
asking these
intentionally
questions.
didn't look into it.
Yeah.
Honestly, because this is what happened. I'm like doing research, like, oh, I gotta like look at the news, figure out what's going on with the news, and then I like read about the London bombing, and like suddenly I have a responsibility
Right.
to talk about this shit. Whereas before, it's like it wasn't a responsibility; it was just like I don't know.
Well, that's a good
something I
question.
did.
What news are we obligated to pay attention to? What news is relevant to us? I feel like the media brings us all these images of death and destruction around the world that are not really relevant, and they're picking and choosing. They're not showing us
Well,
like...
you know, the one I ignored was the cop who said we only shoot black people.
Yeah.
That one for me was like, I don't feel the need to share this. I don't feel the need to proliferate this. This doesn't elucidate anything for me.
Yeah.
And I don't really know exactly why that's the case, but I do feel that way.
People have brought up this issue of sharing these videos.
For the Black Death.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like sort of seeing it over and over again as a really...
It legitimizes the acceptability.
Yeah,
of-
reifies it.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. Like, I talk about the genocide in the streets, and a lot of people respond as though I'm being, like, either facetious or I'm exaggerating. But I don't have a better phrase for it, honestly.
Genocide is a tough word to define. It's a word that there's been controversy around the definition of genocide for a long time.
Well, they usually say ethnic cleansing,
Ethnic cleansing.
which, if you think about it, is super racist. So I kind of have to reject that.
The term itself.
Because it accepts the concept that the people being murdered are dirty.
Or kind of dirt, yeah, or pollution to be
So
removed.
that's an issue.
Yeah. Well, it could be that it's referring to, you know, like if you joke about, if you make a joke about homophobia or a joke about racism, it could be that the name describes the perpetrator. They think they're committing ethnic, they're cleansing.
Yeah, it reifies their perspective, exactly. Just like giving Richard Spencer a platform, or giving Milo.
Well, how can we
Yiannopoulos
address?
a platform.
How can we address those sorts of figures?
The
without...
issue is doublespeak for me, man. It's not the issue for me. Isn't like it's not inherently people coming out and saying like really terrible things. It's people coming out and dressing up terrible things in a different type of language that disrespects language, disrespects people, and in a way, it disrespects the First Amendment because free speech is about communicating ideas. It's not about the freedom necessarily. I mean, it's a freedom to be wrong. I don't think it's a freedom to intentionally spread misinformation. That's not what free speech is about.
No.
You can't just print a newspaper with lies and just do it. That's against the law.
Yeah.
So, like, passing
less
on
against the law
information
anyway.
and a perspective,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where the Inquirer, like, how that falls. Like, certain stories where it's, like, specifically tabloid and we just accept
Yeah.
that it's sensationalized.
Well, the mechanism for correcting is a libel lawsuit. So if anybody chose to sue
Well, people
the Inquirer,
do sue the Inquirer
Yeah.
a lot, actually.
and I mean, but in the U.S., the fact that something is untrue means you can win against it in court.
So we're getting into hearsay.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is related to Kanika Jenkins. I have this new job in the kitchen, so every time I walk in the walk-in, it's a fridge, it's not a freezer.
Yeah.
But I think about it, you know, really every time.
Does everybody know who Kanika Jenkins is?
I mean, not everybody.
Check Twitter.
Well, listen, here's the thing, like,
Deeply mysterious.
I'm very suspicious about this. First of all, they claim, the police, I guess, Chicago police, claim that they have footage of Kanika Jenkins going into the freezer by herself. They showed it to one activist, even before they showed her parents, and they haven't made it public. I think that's really suspicious.
Yeah, what's up with that? Well, the initial response is really horrifying. The fact that
Initially they
wouldn't
said,
search.
"Oh, they just whatever."
Let's wait.
Don't forget
we'll
about
look
it.
for her later. Wait until she's been missing longer, and at that time, during that time, she probably died.
She could have been alive. Yeah, and then so like the lack of releasing the video, that's an issue to me. That amount of time to me feels like also potentially. It's a video of a young girl stumbling down a hallway. It's not like it'd be impossible to recreate. I'm saying like, let's say, not to get all like conspiracy theory and shit, but like, okay, why didn't you release the video? You have it now. You found it. Where is it? Any kind of time lag to me, that feels like JFK's autopsy. That feels like, you know what I mean? Same thing with Kanika's autopsy.